Unique, explosive, unlike any player that we've ever seen. You look at a Pirlo, you look at a Riquelme. That is what Dinho was. I don't want to call him Ronaldinho because that would be doing a disservice to this player. I was in school. And again, just a young guy going around. And guys were talking. I was like, what's this? Guys were just talking. And there was an excitement during this chat that I was hearing. And guys said, have you seen Barcelona's new player? Have you seen this guy? I said, what the hell? This guy, he does a no-look pass, just like in basketball, where he will look one way and pass another way, and just the way in which he plays. Have you seen the kind of skills he has done? I was like, wait a minute, who is this guy? So I walked into my school viewing room, and then I saw this guy. And I was like, wait a minute. This is something that we've never seen in football before. And that is why I respect a Messi. I respect a Neymar. I respect players who are consistent over 10, 12, 11 years. But there are those players who their flame may burn for a very short while, but when it burns, it is memorable. And Ronaldinho maybe did not have a 6-7 year span of being very consistent. Maybe he didn't even live to his full potential, replicating his quality over multiple seasons. But Ronaldinho at his height did things that no other player has done. And this is the best way to describe it. Street football. You see, the notion and the belief was that a street football player couldn't play 11-a-side. Because a street football player is very skill-based. They can do a lot of skills, keep you ups, and they work better in close quarters football, close quarters combat. But once you put them onto a professional pitch, 11-a-side, where there's more space and it's a lot more tactical, a lot more harder, they can't do those skills. So that's why you see a lot of guys remain in 5-a-side football. A lot of guys remain doing futsal. So futsal players, the best futsal players, don't become really good professional football players because they don't understand the rudimentations or the kind of dynamics of being in a way in which they can make those skills in futsal effective on a professional football pitch. Ronaldinho subverted that belief. Because Ronaldinho was a futsal player. He was from the streets. And he said, wait a minute, why can't I do what I do on the streets on a full football pitch? And the very fact he was able to execute skills only seen in alleyways, only seen in the neighborhood, only seen in the hood, only seen on the roads, shows you how he was just this incredible player. And you see, again, I respect a Messi. I respect a Cristiano somewhat. I respect a Neymar. I respect a Robin. I respect a Xabi. I respect an Iniesta. I respect a Zidane. But the thing about Ronaldinho was that there was an excitement about him. He was one of those guys, just from what he looked like, his smile, his extremely magnetic smile, his magnetic aura, and the way in which he played the game, there was an excitement, there was an entertainment. He put a smile on your face. He made you happy. He was the kind of guy that after you watched his match, I was like, I want to go and play football now. Did you just see what he just did? Look, I can do it. No, you can't. Okay, let's grab a ball, go out back, and I can show you that I can do what he did. I can show you that I can keep the ball on my chest, hold it while two defenders are trying to get me. I can actually keep control of the ball, think that I'm going to pass the ball, but by the ball being glued to my feet, roll it through and go through to defenders. The kinds of things that this dude did. Before Ronaldinho, I had never seen any player so intelligently say, wait a minute, when I take a free kick, the wall always jumps. 10 times out of 10, the wall always jumps. Really, they don't, but 9.9 times out of 10, they will jump. What if when they jump, I have all that space beneath their feet, I just pass it through? That's what Dinho did. When he did that, it was wow. There were times when Dinho, he dribbled me. Like, that move, I think it was against Werder Bremen or something, where like he had the ball, and he just had the ball to his feet, and it looked like he was going to pass the ball, then he just crawled through and just kept the ball to his feet, and then went through the two defenders. Craziness. And I'd say this, you know how people say, okay, what's the best goal you've ever seen? It's very hard to say, because it's very hard to compare an individual solo goal to a volley, because Beckham's goal against Newcastle or Beckham's goal against Argentina in the World Cup 1998 is very different from Maradona's goal in the 1986 World Cup. And it's very different from like Tony Yeboah's goal, I think when he was for Leeds against Liverpool. These are all different kinds of goals. But taking everything into account, arguably perhaps the greatest goal I've ever seen, okay, maybe greatest is too much, the best goal, I think that's the thing. I do think that the greatest goal ever scored is that Maradona goal against England in 1986, just for actual greatness based on the goal, where he was, the match. But the best goal, just the best goal I've seen, has to probably be Ronaldinho's goal against Chelsea in the Champions League. Because I remember I was watching the match live. Yes, this was when I was a full-on Chelsea fan, yes. I was watching the match full-on live. And we actually missed the first half because we're in school, and because we're in school, we had to do homework and all that kind of stuff. So very really, we missed most of the first half. So I think we cut a little bit of the end of the first half. So I was able to catch the goal. I remember this was peak check, not the check they see for Arsenal. This was peak check, peak. Dinho was outside of the box. He had no space. He had no space. Literally, any other football player in that situation, you pass the ball back. You pass the ball sideways. Or you try to do a shimmy, or you're just trying to maybe do a little shift onto your right, shift onto your left, and just try and do like a snapshot. Or you're trying to put the ball out wide. But Ronaldinho was like, I'm Dinho, I'm going to try and do something. I'm for the streets, I'm going to try and do something. So it's like, okay, I'm going to shimmy, keep it like that. Cavalli and so forth, they were watching the ball. And I don't know how he saw the space. Remember, this is... Guys, I need to reiterate this, because, again, I don't want to keep on belaboring the points. I need to understand this. At this point, Czech was the best keeper in the world. Okay, I think this was 04. This might have been 04 or 05. But basically, at this point, Czech was the best keeper in the world, 100%. Remember, this was the time when he was with that Czech Republic team who should have probably won that Euro 04. So Czech was the best keeper in this world. I don't know how Ronaldinho saw that space. He chipped the ball through a crowd of about 3 Chelsea defenders in the smallest space possible into the bottom left-hand corner from just outside the box. Insanity. And that just went to go and show just the kind of player that this guy was, because there's never been any player like Ronaldinho. Because Ronaldinho was not the thing about stats, assists. Oh no, so look, just very, again, 2002 World Cup. Again, look, England just seemed to be on the receiving end of all this stuff. Free kick. Everyone said that Ronaldinho did not try to chip Seaman from that far, that he was actually a cross, but he just ended up going over Seaman. If it was John Stones taking the free kick, or if it was Matthias Jansen, or if it was Lukaku, or if it was any other break I can think of taking that free kick, then yes, it would have been a mistake. The fact that it was Ronaldinho, he meant it. So Ronaldinho definitely meant to chip Seaman from all the way back, because that was the kind of guy that Ronaldinho was. He didn't think like regular football players. And that's why you look at and think about what is the legacy that Ronaldinho leaves. I mean, how does he affect the game? Because a lot of people say that, oh, never lived up to his potential. Went overweight, typical Brazilian, partying too much, so and so forth. Should that honestly take away from what Homeboy did? That's the thing. Should that honestly take away from what Homeboy did? Because Dinho, because that's why I talk about unique players. Players that were unlike any other people. Because you must have to, when you talk about great players, I think you're going to look at different categories. Messi, I call Messi a great player. He's a great player. I call Zidane a great player, but also is pretty unique as well. Ronaldo was a flipping mamash. So for Ronaldo, I don't even put Ronaldo in the context because Ronaldo was a freak of nature. He was constructed by some kind of machinery in like a lab. So put Ronaldo to one side. Robin, great player. But then you have guys like a Pirlo, a Riquelme, who they were different. Not that of course they were amazing, but they were different. Like Ronaldinho was different. And since Ronaldinho, and even before him or after him, there's never been a player who came onto an official pitch and played the game in the way that you'd see a guy play five-a-side or in the AstroTurf or just in the park. He brought park football to the Champions League. He brought park football to a World Cup, to a Copa America, to a La Liga. That's the psychology. He said, wait a minute, 11-a-side can just be as fun and as dynamic as futsal. So with Dinho's retirement, I think all I can say for people is go online, get archive footage, and watch this dude. Just watch this dude because Dinho was that guy. Thank you for watching this video. Think about pledging and become a Half of Football Hot patron. Pledge an amount each month and gain access to exclusive videos from your boy, the Football Hot, for more analysis. Peace.